The autumn wind is a pirate.
What's up? What's up? We're back with another episode of Mrradillo's World. We are back with a Raiders season preview. We're also going to talk about some fantasy football and just talk about like the 53-man depth chart. Again, I'm no expert, so take my opinions with a grain of salt. But if you disagree, you're stupid. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's jump into the first game. We're gonna go through. Actually, let's go through our 53-man roster and just kind of double. And we'll read some of those, and then we will kind of go through the schedule. So we got QB Geno Smith, who we traded for the season. We also traded for another QB, the franchise saver, Kenny Pickett. And then we have Aiden O'Connell, who is on IR, actually. We drafted running back. RB1 is Ashton Genty. Running back 2, Raheem Mostert. The third string, Zamir White. And then Dylan Labe, the specialist there. We got wide receivers. Okay, we got Jacoby Myers, Amari Cooper, Dante Thornton, and then Jack Betch. I actually really like that receiving core, and you can't forget about Trey Tucker. So we got some veterans, and then we got some young guns. Dante Thornton is getting a lot of preseason hype. Really pumped about him. He kind of has the measurables of a Calvin Johnson. We'll see if he's a Calvin Johnson type player. But that would be sick in the 4th round if we get a Calvin Johnson-like player. So watch out for Dante Thornton. And we'll see how Jack Betch does. Jack Betch? Beck? I don't know how you say it. We got tight end. We got Brock Bowers, the phenom. The rookie phenom from last year. Rookie sensation. We got Michael Mayer, solid number 2. Probably could be a starting. And then we have Ian Thomas as the 3rd. Here's our left tackle, or here's our full offensive line. We got left tackle, Colt Miller. Left guard, Dylan Parham. Center, Jordan Meredith. Right guard, Jackson Power Johnson. Little surprise there. We kind of have been seeing that through the preseason. The Jackson Power Johnson wasn't at center. He was starting center last year. So they put him at right guard. And then we got DJ Glaze at right tackle on the other side. And then we have some Charles Grant, Caleb Rogers, William Putnam, Alex Kappa, and Stone Froseth. I don't know how you say that name. I don't know how you say him. All right, so offense actually looks solid. Pretty stoked about this offensive team with Ashton Genty. We got Mari Cooper back. Coop. Just signed him to a 1-year deal. Jacoby Myers may be on the way out, may not. We'll see about that. He kind of requested a trade. Never dull moment for Raiders. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Geno Smith in action. I don't know what we'll talk about our win-loss record, but offense looks solid. Where I'm concerned is the defense. Obviously, we got Max Crosby, and then Tyree Wilson as our defensive edges on the left side. Then we have Jonah Laulu, JJ Pugiz, Adam Butler, Lekay Fotu, Malcolm Kuntz on the right side. Looks like he won that starting job. Charles Snowden. I'm sure there'll be a rotation besides Max Crosby. Even with him, I think they're trying not to make him play every single snap of every single play. So I'm pretty pumped about that. We got Jermaine Pratt as a linebacker and Jamal Adams. Coming from safety to linebacker, they seem pretty excited about him in free agency. In preseason, excuse me. Then we got Eldon Roberts, Tommy Eichenberg, Devin White on a strong linebacker, and Brennan Jackson as a backup. We have Darian Porter. He's our cornerbacks. Macarian Richardson. Jeremy. Do we only have? Hold up. No. Okay. So we Darian Porter, Decarian Richardson, Eric Stokes, and Jamal Adams. So it looks like Jamal Adams is playing 2 times for the cornerbacks. Here's our safeties. We got Jeremy Chin, Tristan McCollum. Lonnie Johnson Jr. is appearing to be on the IR. Isaiah Palomalo, free safety, and Chris Smith is his backup. And then we got Darnay Holmes and Kyo Blue Kelly. And then here's our special teams. We got Daniel Carlson, the MVP kicker. We got AJ Cole, the punter. Punt return looks like Trey Tucker has won that job. Jacoby Bobenmeyer is our long snapper. And it looks like Ashton Genty and Dylan Labe may do some returns as well. Anyways, that's our roster. I don't know who is on the practice squad. I don't know if it'll show me here. Let me see. Let me type that up real quick. Let me type that up. Raiders practice squad. So it looks like they cut the 2 quarterbacks that we drafted in the 6th round. But let's see if they made it to the practice squad. Okay, so here's our practice squad. We got Alex Beckman, Chris Collier, Terrell Edmonds, Jahoffrey Harvey, Shedrick Jackson, Matt Jones, Trayvon May, Antonio Mafi, Cam Miller. Looks like we got our quarterback back. Hopefully we can promote him and protect him if he is going to be a developmental. I don't know. I don't know what the plan is at quarterback. We had Geno Smith for, it looks like 3 years. And we'll see how I think he's 31 or 34. I can't, big age difference there. So hopefully we'll see what we can get out of him. Albert Okigwe-Gumbuman. I butchered that name. Excuse me. Sorry. Carter Runyon, Justin Shorter, Laki Tassi, Trey Taylor, Greedy Vance, Dalton Wagner, and JT Jones. It looks like we cut Mallet, the wide receiver prospect that was a quarterback, and shifted to there. Okay, so I jumped into that. Now let's go to win-loss protection. So we have the Patriots week 1. I'm going to throw up a graphic right here or right there. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but we got the Patriots week 1. I'm going to say that's going to be a win. And I may throw up scores after the fact here, but I'm going to say that's a win. We're starting off strong with a win, making a statement. I don't think the Patriots are that good. They're also kind of in a rebuild. They have Josh McDaniels, who I think is okay offensive coordinator, terrible head coach. But Mike Vrabel, we'll see how he does. He usually makes a tough team. So I think the Raiders forecast for this year, I think they're going to be competitive in every single game. Like, I don't think there's going to be many blowouts, and I don't know if we'll blow out anybody. So I think it's going to be kind of like grimy, and I'm all about this. I'm all about this life. But I'm positive on the outlook of the Raiders besides the defense. I'm worried about our cornerbacks. I'm worried about us tackling. I'm worried about us giving up a tremendous amount of scores and yards. So we'll see, though. I could be surprised. We got Graham as year 3 as defensive coordinator. We got Pete Carroll, who's a defensive mind. They've made some interesting moves, and obviously they know football better than I do, right? He's won a Super Bowl. But I'm concerned. So we'll see how the defense shapes up. But I'm gonna lock in a win week 1 for the Patriots. Raiders starting 1-0. Okay. Then we have Monday Night Football against the Chargers. I think the Chargers are good. John Harbaugh is a good coach. He likes to pound the rock. They got a Mario Hampton in the draft. They got a good offensive line, and they got a solid defense with my boy Khalil Mack on the other side and Derwin James, right? So I think they're going to be solid. Justin Herbert is good. Like, people always talk junk about him, that he's not good. And we tend to not do well against the Chargers. We split last year, I believe. Or we may have lost 0-2. I can't remember. I'll have to correct that in post. But I'm tempted to be a homer here. I'm gonna say that we win that one. We go 2-0. Okay, 2-0. Okay, wait, here we go. That could totally be a loss there. But I'm gonna say 2-0. We start 2-0 weeks 1 and 2. Then we have the Washington Commanders. I'm gonna say Redskins because I think that name is better. Excuse me. This is politically correct apparently now. The Washington Commanders, I think, are solid. I think they probably have a come down here, but I think we won't be able to stop Jaden Daniels because I think Raiders, no matter what the team, have struggled with mobile quarterbacks. And I don't know what it is. Every single regime struggles, and maybe it's just a Raider thing. But I'm going to say we get our first loss of the season, so we are 2-1, okay? Then we got the Bears. I think the Bears are super overrated. I think this is a revenge game from the coach that snubbed us. Even though we got an interview, even though he thought Caleb Williams was the future, and I think Caleb Williams will eventually be I think he's not going to be Hall of Famer, right? I think he's going to be just a mediocre, good quarterback. And that's a wild take. But they got some offensive weapons. I think they're going to be competitive. I don't think he's going. I think the Lions were very good offensively because the coach, I can't remember the coach's name off the top of my head, but I think Dan Campbell was kind of the backbone of that Lions team, and he put a mentality in them that let the offensive coordinator kind of do something with that mentality. So I'm going to say he doesn't figure it out. And yes, maybe good offense, but I think the team overall, I think they are kind of a lame duck. So I'm saying win. We're 3-1 right here. Look at that. And then we go to the Colts. I'm tempted to go 4-1 here, but I disagree. I know Daniel Jones is the quarterback, so I'm hesitant to say that. But the Colts are tough, and they always play us tough. Because this one is away too. I'm gonna give us a loss here. So we have a 3-2 record in the first 5 weeks of the season. I'm actually pretty optimistic about that. I think that's exciting. Then we have the Titans at home. Cam Miller, rookie quarterback. Again, we struggle with the running quarterbacks. I think the Titans will be better, but I think they're also figuring it out. I'm going to give us a win there. Okay, I'm going to give us a win. So now we are 4-2 coming into week 7 against the Chiefs. We play the Chiefs tough. We do. But it's Mahomes and Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. And I think they're just good. And I think they get us there because it's at the Chiefs. It's at Arrowhead. So we are 4-3 coming into our bye week. Okay. We have, from the bye week, we have week 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Okay. I don't think highly of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think highly of Trevor Lawrence. But I think that we will kind of get like a slump. We're usually slumpish off the bye. Obviously, Pete Carroll is a whole new regime, right? But from past history, right, it's hard to do that, right, because it's a completely different team, different roster kind of thing. We're relying on a lot of rookies, which I think Jacksonville Jaguars, I think we lose this game. So I think after week 9, we are 4-4. Coming into a divisional rival with the Broncos, right? We got, what's the QB's name? I forgot. Nixon? Bo Nixon. Bo? I don't know his name. Okay, we got the Broncos. And I hate the Broncos, but I think Bo Nix is very good as a quarterback. Better than I give him credit for. I think Sean Payton is a good, and I'm going to say we're a loss there. So I have us at 5-4 going into week 10. Okay, 5-4 from the Broncos, that loss. Because it's away, and Mile High is a tough place to play. We got, on Monday Night Football, we have the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys are atrocious. They got CeeDee Lamb. They got, what's their quarterback? Dak. They got Dak Prescott. He gets hurt way too much to be reliable. I think we always play the Dallas Cowboys tough. I think that's a win. So I have us at, what was it? I forgot what I was at. 4-4, 4-5, I think. I have us back to 500 at 5-5 with the Dallas Cowboys. Then we go to the Browns. I think this team is just atrocious in their choices, and I don't know. I don't think they know what they're doing. They had 4 quarterbacks. We traded for one of them, Kenny Pickett, but now they have Shador as a third string, Dylan Gabriel a second, and then they have Joe Flacco, MVP Joe over there. I think that's a win. So I think I have us at 6-4 going into week 12. Is that right? Win, loss, win. That's 3-1. Loss, 3-2. 4-2. Loss. So we got 4-3. Jacksonville, I said that was a loss. 4-3, 4-4. 5-4. Win, 5-5. Win, 6-5. 6-5, excuse me. Going into a home week versus a division rival, the Chargers. I'm going to say this is a win. I feel like at home we defend our house. We rock their face. Oh, sorry, this isn't at home. This is in LA. Excuse me, that's a different story. We have yet to beat the Chargers in their stadium. Well, it's technically the Rams stadium. They're just kind of guess. But we've yet to beat them. So I think we lose this one. I think we're at 6-6 going into Week 14. That's right? 6-6, Week 14. Yeah. 6-6, Week 14. We got the Denver Broncos. I think we get revenge on Bo Nix. He goes down by Max Crosby. Max Crosby has a game here. Now we're 7-6 going into Week 14 versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Are they defending champs? I can't even remember. I think they are the defending champs. I'm gonna say we lose. I think the Eagles have a constructed good team. I think it's competitive, but I believe we are 7-7 and going into here. We have the Texans. The Texans 7-7. I'm gonna give us a loss versus the Texans in December, late winter. CJ Stroud, I think is actually, hold on. Let's think about that because CJ Stroud kind of tapers off towards the end of the year. I'm gonna give us a win. So we are. What does I have us? We are 8-7 here at the Texans. I think that's good. Actual math. 8-7. That's 15 games. Yeah. For Week 17, we got the New York Giants. We got Teddy. No, it's not Teddy Bridgewater. It's Jameis Winston or Russell Wilson, one of those starters. Maybe Jackson Dart is in by then. I'm gonna say it's a win. I got 9-7, and our last game is the Chiefs at home, and I have this one as a loss. So I'm having us finish the season 9-8. And I think maybe we sneak into a wild card team here, but we'll find out. But I have my prediction for the Raiders for this upcoming season at 9-8. We shall see. Some of these could go either way. So I think we could end up going either what the prediction is to about 7 wins or maybe 6 wins. But I also think we could sneak in a couple other ones, maybe go 10. But we'll definitely find out what we're going to do for this season. Super pumped. But I also want to talk about at this podcast after this is we're going to talk about a couple drafts that I've had I'm in 2 dynasty leagues, and then one is a keeper, one keeper person. I just drafted this team. It's a coastal. I want to kind of go over my team. I had a high pick. I think I had like a really high. I should have probably gone Jamar Chase, but I went Josh Allen number 1. Probably a dumb move. I drafted Chuba Hubbard. James Cook, Puka Nuka right there, Jennings, Tyler Warren from Indy, Junkins, we'll see if he even starts, Romadunze, Kyler Murray, and we have Houston. And then I have J.J. McCarthy, Nick Chubb, Stevenson, Emeka Mbuka, Burden, Terry McLaurin, and then Jalen Waddle I also picked up in this 10-team keeper. Tell me how you guys think about that roster, and I'll try to put up kind of a picture of that roster on here too. And then I wanted to talk about my one of my dynasty leagues. I traded for the first round pick. Maybe a very dumb pick here. Let me see what I traded here. But that's okay. We're dead air here. Anyways, here's my roster. I had the number 1 over pick. I probably traded too much. I traded Chuba Hubbard, and I traded a receiver. I can't remember the receiver. A couple picks, and then I traded for the first round pick for Ashton Genty because I wanted Ashton Genty on my team. I had Brock Bowers last year that I traded for. That was a steal. But now I have Ashton Genty. So here's my starting lineup at the current moment. I'm weak at the receiver, but I have solid running backs. Josh Allen, obviously, traded for him. Ashton Genty, Josh Jacobs, Shakir from Buffalo, Cooper Kupp, Brock Bowers, James Cook, Tony Pollard, Brock Purdy, Houston defense. Looks like I have A-Raj, but I'm about to drop him, honestly. He's not that great. Emmanuel Wilson, Isaac Guerrero, Jaden Blue what is his name? Jaden Blue from the Dallas Cowboys, rookie. Nick Chubb from Houston. Keenan Coleman, drafted him last year, so he'll probably take Shakir's spot. I drafted Torrey Horton from the Seattle Seahawks. I think he's going to have a good time. Also, I drafted Tesla from the Broncos. And I drafted Dante Thornton, who I think may be Calvin Johnson. Yeah, I threw a flyer out there. I got Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Jay Reynolds, Ray McLeod, Darnell Mooney, Sky Moore, Darren Waller, T. Higbee, Michael Galiski, and Michael Mayer. And then I have all of my picks for 2026. I've traded the 2027 for Genty. So I think this team's going to be solid. I need some wide receivers. So I need some of these rookies that I drafted to really pop off. Okay, and then this is one I drafted last night. This is my league that I'm the commissioner, the official Redwood Dynasty. But this is my team. So I've never won this league. I've sucked for the last 2 years. This last year, I just started trading away old assets for young stars last year. And I got Jaden Daniels, obviously. I drafted him last year or the year before. I can't remember. Josh Jacobs, I have. Kieran Williams. Tetron McMillan fell to me in like the 9th pick or like the 6th. I can't remember. It was like the 7th or 8th pick. I was like, I'm going to take him regardless. I got Olave, Brock Bowers, James Conner, Ricky Pearsall, and Kyler Murray in the Denver Broncos defense. My backups, I got J.J. McCarthy, Kimmy Vidal, T. Tracy, Krosky Merritt, Eckler, Nick Chubb. I had like 4 picks in like the first 20 picks. So I was just like stealing prospects. Matthew Golden from the Green Bay Packers, because I'm just betting on youth. Raymond McLeod, Alec Pierce, Josh Downs. I went tight end happy in that draft. But C. Loveland and T. Warren, Darren Waller, Mike Gillespie, and Michael Mayer. And then I have some IR spots of Counting and Watson from Green Bay. Then I also have W. Marks from Houston, Will Howard as a developmental guy, and Quentin Junkins. We'll see if he comes back in the league. That may have been a wasted pick, but I drafted him. So those are my picks. I'll try to throw up the rosters while in editing with this. But I am stoked for the Raiders season. I hope you guys are. I'll throw up the final win-loss prediction on here because I had them at 9-8. So we'll see how this goes. What do you guys think? Tell me how you feel about this season. I'm worried about this defense, but also I think they may surprise us and may be a lot more competitive than we think. Anyways, this has been another episode of Mrradillo's World. Super pumped for football. It starts Thursday. Who's ready? Are you ready for some football? Let's do it.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along,